Aisha clutched her satchel, a whirlwind of emotions swirling within. The weight of the bag seemed to mirror the weight of her thoughts, each step towards the school a mix of anticipation and dread. She had spent countless nights imagining this moment, but now that it was here, reality felt much more daunting. The school gates loomed, daunting yet strangely inviting. They stood as a barrier between the known and the unknown, a threshold she had to cross to step into a new world. The building itself seemed to whisper promises of new beginnings and endless possibilities, a sea of unfamiliar faces, a chorus of chattering voices. Each face told a different story. Each voice added to the symphony of the schoolyard. It was a bustling microcosm of life, full of energy and potential. Aisha felt like a small boat adrift in a vast ocean, trying to find her bearings. Her heart pounded, a drum against her ribs. The rhythm was erratic, matching the chaos of her thoughts. She wondered if anyone else could hear it, if her anxiety was as visible as it felt. Her hand instinctively moved to her chest, as if trying to calm the storm within. She had always been a quiet girl, more comfortable in the world of books than amongst people. Books were her sanctuary, a place where she could escape and find solace. They were predictable, unlike the unpredictable nature of human interactions. In the pages of a book she could be anyone, go anywhere and do anything. Now, thrust into this unfamiliar environment, she felt a knot of anxiety tighten in her stomach. The newness of it all was overwhelming. She scanned the schoolyard, searching for a friendly face, a sign of reassurance, but all she saw were strangers, each absorbed in their own world. Every laugh, every whisper seemed to amplify her unease. It was as if the world was conspiring to remind her of her outsider status. She felt like an intruder in a place where everyone else seemed to belong. The laughter, instead of being infectious, felt isolating. The air hung heavy with the scent of jasmine and freshly cut grass, a familiar comfort amidst the strangeness. It was a small reminder of home, a connection to the world she had left behind. The fragrance was a gentle nudge, urging her to find her own place in this new environment. It reminded her of her grandmother's garden, a haven of peace and quiet. She remembered the afternoons spent there, listening to her grandmother's stories, feeling the warmth of the sun on her face. Those memories were a source of strength, a reminder that she had faced new situations before and come out stronger. Aisha closed her eyes, taking a deep breath, seeking solace in the familiar fragrance. She let the memories wash over her, grounding her in the present. With each breath, she felt a bit of her anxiety melt away, replaced by a growing sense of determination. As she stepped through the gates, she couldn't help but feel a flicker of excitement. It was a small spark, but it was enough to light the way forward. She realized that this was her chance to start anew, to carve out her own path. The possibilities were endless, and the future was hers to shape. This was a new chapter, a chance to learn, to grow, to discover who she truly was. The journey ahead was unknown, but it was also full of promise. Aisha knew that she would face challenges, but she also knew that she had the strength to overcome them. With a final deep breath, she stepped forward, ready to embrace the adventure that lay ahead. Days turned into weeks, each one a whirlwind of activity. Aisha navigated the labyrinthine corridors, the whispers and laughter of other girls echoing around her. The classrooms, with their high windows and worn desks, were battlegrounds of a different sort. Mathematics, with its perplexing formulas, seemed like an insurmountable challenge. History, however, came alive with tales of ancient empires and powerful queens, igniting a spark of fascination within her. The school was abuzz with activity, a microcosm of life itself. There were moments of laughter, shared secrets whispered in hushed tones, and the inevitable pangs of homesickness. Aisha found solace in the school library, a sanctuary of knowledge and quiet contemplation. Yet, amidst the challenges, she persevered. With each small victory, a sense of accomplishment bloomed within her. The knot of anxiety that had once been a constant companion gradually loosened its grip. One evening, huddled together in their dormitory, Aisha and her classmates listened with rapt attention as their teacher, Miss Yasmin, narrated a story. The room was dimly lit, with the soft glow of a single lamp casting long shadows on the walls. The air was thick with anticipation, each girl leaning forward, eager to catch every word that fell from Miss Yasmin's lips. It was a tale from the Islamic Golden Age, a time when knowledge flourished and scholars from far and wide flocked to centers of learning. The story transported them to bustling markets filled with the scent of spices, to grand libraries where the rustle of parchment was a constant symphony, and to the serene courtyards of ancient universities where the pursuit of knowledge was a sacred duty. Miss Yasmin's voice, filled with passion and warmth, brought the story to life. Her eyes sparkled with enthusiasm, and her hands moved expressively, painting vivid pictures in the minds of her students. She had a unique gift for making history feel immediate and relevant, for connecting the past with the present in a way that was both engaging and inspiring. She spoke of Fatima Alfieri, a woman who founded the world's first university, a beacon of knowledge that had illuminated the world for centuries. Fatima's story was one of determination and vision, of overcoming obstacles and breaking barriers. She had created a legacy that had endured through the ages, a testament to the power of education and the enduring impact of one individual's dream. As Aisha listened, she felt a fire ignite within her, a thirst for knowledge that transcended the confines of textbooks and exams. She realized that learning was not just about memorizing facts, but about understanding the world and her place in it. The story of Fatima Alfieri made her see that she too could make a difference, that her dreams were valid and achievable. The stories of these extraordinary individuals, their struggles and triumphs, resonated deeply within her. They were not just names in a history book, but real people who had faced challenges and had risen above them. Their journeys were filled with moments of doubt and perseverance, of failure and success, and they served as powerful reminders of the resilience of the human spirit. These weren't just tales from a distant past, they were lessons etched in their hearts, reminding them of their own potential, their own capacity for greatness. Each story was a beacon of hope, a source of inspiration that encouraged them to dream big and to strive for excellence. In the quiet of that dormitory, surrounded by her friends and guided by the wisdom of Miss Yasmin, Aisha felt a profound connection to the past and a renewed sense of purpose for the future. The school was more than just bricks and mortar, it was a melting pot of cultures, backgrounds, and personalities. Aisha found herself drawn to a group of girls as diverse as the colors of the rainbow. There was Fatima, the aspiring writer, her head always buried in a notebook. Zara, the budding artist, her fingers perpetually smudged with paint. And Nadia, the fierce debater, never one to shy away from a challenge. Together, they navigated the ups and downs of school life, their laughter echoing through the halls. They studied together, shared secrets whispered under the cover of darkness, and celebrated each other's victories as their own. Their friendship, forged in the crucible of shared experiences, was a source of strength and support, a testament to the power of female camaraderie. They learned from each other, challenged each other, and lifted each other up when one faltered. The annual Inter-School Science Fair was fast approaching, a day of nervous anticipation and fierce competition. Students from various schools were busy preparing their projects, each hoping to showcase their hard work and innovative ideas. The atmosphere was electric, filled with the hum of excitement and the occasional burst of laughter. Teachers and mentors moved through the gymnasium, offering last-minute advice and encouragement. It was a day that promised to be both challenging and rewarding, a true test of creativity and perseverance. Aisha, with her newfound love for the wonders of the natural world, decided to participate. She had always been curious about the environment, but it was only recently that her interest had blossomed into a full-fledged passion. Inspired by the beauty and complexity of nature, she wanted to create a project that would not only impress the judges, but also make a meaningful impact. She spent weeks poring over books, her mind abuzz with ideas. The library became her second home, a place where she could lose herself in the pages of scientific journals and textbooks. She meticulously took notes, sketching out potential experiments and brainstorming ways to bring her vision to life. Her dedication was unwavering, and her excitement grew with each new discovery. With the help of Miss Yasmin, her mentor and guide, she embarked on a project that explored the use of solar energy for sustainable living. The journey wasn't easy. Miss Yasmin, a seasoned science teacher with a passion for renewable energy, provided invaluable guidance. Together, they delved into the intricacies of solar technology, experimenting with different materials and designs. They faced numerous setbacks, from malfunctioning equipment to unexpected results, but each challenge only strengthened their resolve. There were moments of self-doubt, nights spent hunched over her project, fueled by endless cups of tea and sheer determination. Aisha often found herself questioning her abilities, wondering if she was truly capable of completing such an ambitious project. But each time doubt crept in, she reminded herself of her passion and the importance of her work. Her late-night efforts were a testament to her commitment, and she pushed through the fatigue with a fierce determination. But through it all, Aisha persevered, her passion for her project fueling her every step of the way. She celebrated small victories, like successfully testing a solar panel or finding a solution to a tricky problem. These moments of progress kept her motivated, and she began to see the fruits of her labor. Her project started to take shape, and she felt a growing sense of pride in her work. On the day of the fair, Aisha presented her project with a confidence she hadn't known she possessed. The gymnasium was filled with students, teachers, and judges, all eager to see the innovative projects on display. Aisha stood by her exhibit, her heart pounding with a mix of excitement and nerves. As the judges approached, she took a deep breath and began her presentation. Her voice, once hesitant and soft-spoken, was now clear and steady, her passion for her subject shining through. Her voice, once hesitant and soft-spoken, was now clear and steady, her passion for her subject shining through. She explained the intricacies of her project, detailing the challenges she had faced and the solutions she had discovered. The judges listened intently, impressed by her knowledge and enthusiasm. The audience too was captivated by her presentation, and Aisha felt a surge of pride as she saw their reactions. And as the judges announced her as the winner, a wave of pure joy washed over her. The moment felt surreal, a culmination of all her hard work and dedication. She could hardly believe it as she walked up to receive her award, her heart swelling with pride and gratitude. The applause from the audience was a symphony of validation, and she felt a deep sense of accomplishment. It was more than just a prize. It was a testament to her hard work, her resilience, her ability to overcome any obstacle. Aisha's journey had been filled with trials and triumphs, but in the end, it was her unwavering spirit that had led her to success. As she held her trophy, she knew that this was just the beginning of her journey, a journey fueled by passion, perseverance, and the belief that she could achieve anything she set her mind to.